morning, I'm Julia, and here's what you need to know this week. We'll be talking about the passage of Senate Bill 21, two rejected referendums for the Indian River and Smyrna school districts, and funding cuts for some of Delaware's most important project investments. This week, Governor Matt Myers signed Senate Bill 21 into law, a controversial measure that loosens restrictions on insider deals within some of the world's largest companies. Supporters, including Meyer and top lawmakers, said the bill is needed to keep big corporations from leaving Delaware, a state where business filings make up nearly a third of the state's revenue. But the bill has faced criticism from opponents, who say it strips protections from small investors and gives too much power to company insiders. In the end, the legislation passed the House by a wide margin. Supporters hope it will stop major firms like Meta, Walmart, and Dropbox from leaving Delaware. But critics say the state has just sent a message to investors that Delaware may no longer be trusted as the gold standard for corporate law. This month, voters in the Indian River and Smyrna school districts rejected school referendums, which aim to pay educators and improve school safety and technology for students. Both school districts asked taxpayers for millions in funding, but residents voted against the measures over concerns about tax increasements and the ongoing property reassessments that will ultimately increase taxes. Officials from the Indian River School District said that without proper funding, they'll have to cut costs for schools and resort to layoffs. This month, Congress cut millions in earmarks for Delaware, which is the funding the state uses for things like affordable housing, workforce development, and healthcare. In total, about $149 million in project funding was cut for fiscal year 2025. Some organizations in Wilmington that were planning to use that money for education and community programs may now have to rely on state resources instead. Senator Chris Coons and Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester anticipate their funding to return next year, but for now, there is no guarantee. Thank you for watching. Stay on top of what's happening in Delaware by signing up for Spotlight Delaware's newsletter through the link in our bio. See you next week.